We've all been there. 1,000 things to get done. We hammer, 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 and it seems like our list of things to do never goes away. And in this video, I want to share with you 5 simple things that you can do to increase your productivity. And we're starting now. If you're like me, at some point you've been frustrated at the fact that you weren't able to get many things done. And it probably seemed like the more you tried, the more frustrated you got, right? Well, over the past little while, I finally got my act together and put some things into practice that's dramatically helped me improve my productivity. Now, the funny thing is that a lot of these things aren't anything extraordinary, but rather they're just very simple behaviors that when combined together will help you be much more productive. Probably the biggest distraction of our current time is our mobile devices. Now, I'm not going to crap all over technology and say that we need to get rid of it. But when you look around, you'll quickly notice that our obsession with apps and notifications is higher than ever. And this is particularly why I don't have many audible notifications on my cell phone, because the minute you hear a or, it makes you just feel like, have you ever had a conversation with someone and the minute their phone makes the slightest noise, their attention is immediately distracted? Well, while we're here sitting thinking that notifications are meant to help keep us aware of who's trying to get our attention, what really is happening is these app developers are really summoning us back to their platforms. And if we're back on their platform, then what are we not doing? Not getting anything done. So minimize those distractions as much as humanly possible. It could be me, maybe I'm a little bit slow, but I was recently reminded about an app on my phone called Reminders. And if you have the iPhone like I do, you probably are already well versed in this app. Yeah, I know. I just told you to avoid and minimize the distractions, but this one is worth keeping on. One thing I'm probably not as good at as I'd like to think I am is remembering things off the top of my head. And since I really hate jotting down a bunch of things on little pieces of paper, it's probably the right reason why this app is so great. Now, what I like about this app is that not only can I add a reminder for something to do later, it can also remind me when I'm supposed to do it at a certain time and when I get to a particular location. Like when my wife reminds me to get bread on the way home from work. So regardless of if you're team Android or team iPhone, take advantage of any apps that you have that can help you stay organized. Now, in order to help you do that, what I've done in the description is I've linked a couple of videos that will be well worth you checking out. So make sure you do that at the end of this video. If you're enjoying this video so far, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you like what you see, there's always more of this on my channel. Just don't forget to subscribe. And more importantly, I make these videos just for you guys, so don't be afraid to leave stuff in the comments. I absolutely get back to every single one of them. Now make sure to stick around because I got a bonus tip coming up for you. Personally, I find myself most productive first thing in the morning. So that's the best time for me to spend my time focusing on things that really consume a lot of my energy. But you know your body best, so whatever time of the day it is for you that you feel the most alert and most engaged, that's the best time to schedule your most demanding tasks. Now, we all know that there's nothing worse than trying to do something when your brain just isn't having it. The ability to multitask is good, and it has its place, like when you're trying to time the chicken coming out of the oven at the same time as the potatoes. However, from a productivity standpoint, you're better off trying to dry the ocean with a towel. We think that multitasking is some great feat that we've achieved. We even brag about it on our resumes. But the ultimate problem with multitasking is best described as Susan Cain said. What looks like multitasking is really switching back and forth between multiple tasks, which reduces productivity and increases mistakes by 50%. Now, if you think about it, every time you take your attention away from a task to go do something else, by the time you come back to that original task, you have to take some time, go back a few steps, remember where you left off, and then start again. And over the course of time, what you end up doing is spending more time on that task than you would have if you just stayed focused in the first place. Now, time for question of the day. What is it that you do to stay productive? Let me know in the comments in case you want to share your thought with everybody else, or if you think that there's something I should have added to this list. As an alternative to multitasking, one of the best things you can do is to try to batch or group your tasks together. So for example, set a time in your day focused on specific tasks, whether it be catching up or responding to emails, running errands, making phone calls, or working on similar projects or whatever it might be. That way, your brain is already in a flow on like-minded tasks. And it can be chaotic if you have to run an errand at 9 in the morning, come back, do another chore, make another phone call, then run out for another errand at 1 o'clock. You're just all over the place. If you have 5 people to call, why not just set up all the calls to take place during the same time of the day? And now for that bonus tip I promised you. Failing to plan is a plan to fail. Now I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard that one over and over, time and time again. But while I'm not a huge fan of to-do lists, this is something I cannot stress enough. Now, creating a plan is not so much a to-do list, but it's a when to-do list. It's easy to throw a bunch of things on a piece of paper that you'd like to do, but does that even mean you're going to get it done? What's best for you to do is to set some times in your calendar to take care of those particular tasks. Once again, if you got any value out of this video, please do me a huge favor. Give this video a like, thumbs up, and quite frankly, if you thought it sucked, well, put a thumbs down. Either way, let me know what you're thinking. If you enjoyed the video, I recommend watching this one right here. And if you haven't subscribed, then I'll place the subscribe button somewhere around here so you can make it a lot easier on yourself. Till next time, peace and love.